Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the Blu Ray edition of The Addams Family. Channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd at Movie Guy 365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will put a link for that in the description. All right, The Addams Family is here on Blu-ray, and we're going to do a review of the animated feature in just a moment. We're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio, but before we do any of that, let's jump right into the unboxing. Okay, nice beautiful slipcover for the Addams Family Blu-ray edition, and you may not be able to tell, but it's got kind of a little bit of a shimmer on it, which adds that extra little layer of coolness to it, and also the embossing of the characters, the title card also. So really nice. If you can get hands on your slipcover, definitely do so. The rear cover, just your basic information, and the spine, and then of course interior wise, same pretty much throughout, nothing really different there. And then just your basic overall layout as far as that goes. All right, let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. While it is pretty unfortunate we didn't get a 4K physical release of this that was relegated only to digital platforms, I feel that the overall picture quality 1080p image of the Blu-ray to be rather substantial in that regard. Of course, we're missing things like HDR and so forth, but I think in this particular case, I feel that the Addams Family, what we get in the animated form, it's very complimentary to the movie itself. The picture quality looks pretty good. The black and white quote-unquote scenes, the darker tones, all look really good. They're all on display. I didn't really have any issues whatsoever. I think having this in an animated form also helps with those potential issues, because while a live action, it's utilizing 4K versus Blu-ray, there can be up to a substantial difference. I would feel animated are more subtle touches, where they can really be like just elevated, to crazy levels, or they can just be barely noticeable. There's certain, animated features in the Disney library that, while the 4K looks good, it's really hard to tell utilizing between the standard 1080p and this version. Now, going back to Addams Family, I think that while it handles those colors really nicely, and I think it's an overall very pleasing palette. It looks great. The bright and colorful scenes of the town that the Addams Family lives above are really relegated nicely. They look great. Overall, everything, yellows, pinks, blues, they all look fantastic. They all stand out particularly well. I did notice a couple issues of banding throughout the film, just here and there. It was definitely something I noticed. It causes it to stand out a bit. So unfortunately, it's not an overall perfect image, and those are issues I didn't really detect over on the 4K digital side. But I think for what we get, it looks really good. Detail-wise, not the best, but that's more the overall style of the film itself. All the animation style is very smooth for the most part. So detail is going to be very, it's really going to be relegated to things like grass or trees. The architecture of the Addams Family mansion looks really good, but the characters themselves, they're very smooth overall, so it doesn't look great in that regard. But it's, once again, I think it's more of a style than the actual transfer of the Blu-ray itself. As far as the audio goes, this is one where we get a leg up on the digital release. The digital release only supported a 5.1. We get a nice 7.1 here, and I really feel that those added channels are very useful. There's no wasted audio space here, so I was particularly paying attention to those side speakers, and there are definitely things that are discrete and specialized to those channels in particular. I feel overall it's a very strong audio track. There's a lot going on. LFE kicks in when it needs to be. It's not overly aggressive, but the greatest moments are, of course, with Pugsley and the explosions. Those really give you that nice boom and oomph. Musical cues sound good. With the rear speakers have a bit of action going on. Just a lot of ambience kind of thing, but there's some action, of course. Once again, the explosive effects really, sound off in those rears. And as I said, those side speakers are made useful. There's, as I said, really good use of them, and I think it adds that extra layer that I feel was a little bit missing over on the 5.1 side. Center channel, easy to understand dialogue, no problems there whatsoever, and your fronts had plenty to do. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give the overall score here. The picture quality, I'm going to give the Addams Family Blu-ray, I'm going to give that one a B+. I think there could have been a little bit more, you know, a little more attention to that detail. Once again, who knows if that's more of an animation style kind of thing, but I feel it was done a little bit better over on the 4K digital side as far as picture quality goes. Really kind of missing that HDR, but I think overall it is very pleasing presentation. Audio-wise, I'm going to give that one also a B+. I think it was very strong. It definitely gives you that extra layer with those two side channels for the 7.1. It's an overall good track. I think it's really awesome. It's definitely worth watching utilizing your surround sound. So that's my review of the Addams Family Blu-ray. Let me know in the comments below if you had a chance to check it out and what your thoughts were. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.